Hi everyone, this is Ms. Smith, and the purpose of this video is for me to show you how to access and how to use College Central Network. Now in our class we have a resume assignment, and you must use College Central Network to complete your resume or else you will not earn a passing grade on your assignment. The reason for that is because College Central Network is a service that OC Tech has made available to its students free of charge. And it's a pretty good service. It offers a lot of great information, and it takes the guesswork out of the structure of creating your resume. Okay, so it's really useful in that way. And so instead of you starting with a blank computer screen and trying to build a resume from there, College Central Network will allow you to input information and it will build the resume for you. And so we are going to use the Resume Builder feature on College Central Network for the resume assignment. Okay? Now, I want to point out that you may already have a resume, and you may already have a resume that you can pull from for this assignment. That's perfectly fine, okay? You don't need to recreate the wheel if you already have a resume, and then there are parts of that that you can use. However, I want you to make sure that you're updating it and that it is accurate for this assignment. Okay, so I don't want you to use a resume that you've used in another class before. I want you to make sure that you update it, that you include any new information that you would need to put into that document. Okay, but you can use that. You do not want to simply upload your resume to College Central Network. You want to specifically use the Resume Builder feature. Okay, there's a difference there. If you just upload your resume that you already have, it's not going to count, but if you use the resume builder, that's what I'm looking for. I want you to engage with that resume builder option. Okay, all right, so we are looking at a Dropbox item here in D2L. Okay, and so there is a link from your Dropbox item for your resume submission, and this is just an example here, but there's a link here that will take you to College Central Network, and when you click on this link, it'll take you to this page. Now this page can also be accessed under the Student Success Center link on our OC Tech homepage. Okay, and so under Student Resources, you'll see Student Success Center. If you click on that, you'll come to a page, and you can go down and click on College Central Network, and it'll bring you right here. Okay, and so what you want to do is scroll down, and you want to click the Students option. Okay, when you do, it'll take you to this login page. Now, if you already have a College Central Network account, maybe you've used it in another class before, for example, then you just want to put in your user ID and your password. If you've never used it before, you want to create an account, right? And so here's what you need to know. You need to use the last 6 digits of your student ID number for your login. Okay, the last 6 digits of your student ID number is what you need to use. Your student ID number will probably begin with the digit 0. You want to leave off that first 0 and just put the other numbers in. And then you want to put in your password. If you're creating an account, you want to create a password for yourself. Okay, and when you access the system, it'll take you to a registration page. And so what it wants you to do is fill in all of the information with the asterisk, okay, and any other fields that you want to fill in as well. And so you go through, you fill in your name, your address, and other information about you, job location if there's a specific place you're looking for a job. Of course, you can put down South Carolina for your job location. Let me just get there really quickly. All right, and then you can tell if you're interested in full or part-time, seasonal or temporary, your work status, military information, ethnicity, so on and so forth, right? So you go through, you fill out the information, you decide whether you want to receive email notices from College Central Network, and you want to make sure you agree to the terms of service agreement, and then you click Save Changes. Okay, and so now after you've done that, it's going to take you to this page. This is your dashboard. Okay, and what we are looking for is your resume. So you want to click on My Resumes. Now I've already used the system, so my view will be a little bit different at first. Okay, and so you can let's see if I can actually get us back to the page we need to go on. Hang on just a moment. I'm going to see if I can get us back. I don't think I can. But there's a page that you come to before this one, okay? And that page, after you've clicked on My Resumes, it will take you to a page that allows you to choose. There'll be two kind of large boxes near the top of the page, and one will say chronological and one will say functional. What it's asking you to do is choose which type of resume organization you want. If you want a chronological organization or if you want a functional organization. Here's the difference. With the chronological, that's the traditional resume format where you are emphasizing your work experience, right? Your education, but mainly that work experience. And you want to use chronological if you've had more or less an uninterrupted work history, right? You haven't had large gaps in your employment, and you've been working consistently, and you've been working consistently in your field, okay? You've been working consistently, or you've been working consistently in your field. You probably want to use the chronological option there, okay, to showcase that you have steadily been employed. However, if you have taken time off for family reasons, or if you have taken time off to go back to school, or for any other number of reasons, and you have gaps in your employment history, you may want to use the functional option, okay? And so with the functional option, you focus on your skills area. You're not going to focus as prominently on your experience. You're going to focus on your skills. And so these are skills that you may have gained from employment. It may be skills that you've gained from unpaid opportunities, such as civic work, volunteering, um, all kinds of different things, right? Managing a household. And so you want to then categorize those skills, maybe select 2 to 4 different skill areas like organization, leadership, public relations, time management, attention to detail, whatever those skills are, and you want to then categorize those skills, and those skills will be prominent in your resume. They will be higher up in your resume, okay? And so when you select whichever organization style of the resume you want, chronological or functional, then it's going to, and I'm going to click update so that we can see, just a second, it's going to bring you to this page. Okay, and so in this page, this is where you have the opportunity to actually use the resume builder and build your resume. And so the information that you've put in under your registration information, where you put in your contact and everything, there will be a green plus sign the first time you use this. Right around here, you click on that green plus sign and it will automatically fill in your contact information based on what you've put in that registration form. Okay? And then you have an option to put in your objective statement. Now you see I have some things already in here because I've used this before. But if you ever want to edit, you just want to go to the pen tool to edit the section title, or the pen tool within the box to edit the content inside the box. You can delete a section by clicking on this red button, and you can change the order. You can move items up and down by using these arrows here, okay? And so for your assignment, you definitely want to have your contact information. You want to have an objective statement. You can include summary of skills. You want to include your education in reverse chronological order. In other words, you want to start with the most current education experience you've had, and then you want to go to the one before that. Okay, so you want to start at what's most current and work your way back. And the same is true with experience, right? You want to start with your most current job or your most recent job and then work your way back from there. Okay, you can add sections if you like. So if you have received awards, or you want to put down volunteer work that you do that's relevant to the career you're pursuing, then you want to add a section for that. If you want to add a section for certificates or licenses, then you can definitely do that. Okay, so you can customize this. There's a references section, and this should typically be the very last section that you include, and it should have the statement, references are available upon request. So you want to end your resume with the references section, and you want to make sure you have this statement, references are available upon request. Okay, and so you can preview your resume in College Central Network. And this is what I mean, right? It takes the guesswork out of how to structure it. Okay, so it provides you with a well-structured resume. You don't have to worry about the headings being the same size, how everything is, aligned. It does it all for you, okay? And so if you go to save your resume, what you want to do is click here, and it's going to take you right back to this page that we were on a moment ago, okay? And again, I'd used the system before, which is why we saw that. But what you want to do is you want to click on the name you've given your resume. You will have that opportunity to name it on that same page that we actually couldn't see, that had the chronological and the functional, okay? That's where you have an opportunity to name your resume. So you want to click on your name for the resume, and then you want to save. I do save as, and then you save it to your flash drive or to your desktop or to your documents, and it's going to save it as a Word format document, and you can then upload that document to D2L for your assignment. Okay? If you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I would be happy to answer them. Have a great day.